The government of Cameroon has now officially reacted following the fake presidential appointment list which made its way to COUP, the state broadcast media. Now, this occurred 2 weeks ago. It took 2 weeks for Minister of Communication to come out and announce to Cameroonians that an investigation has been opened into this issue, and that this issue is being investigated thoroughly to see what and those who are involved in this, what many have now described as an attempted coup. It is an attempted coup because if that list had been read on CRTV, it could have destabilized Cameroon forever, or probably for a time being, and it would have taken long for the government, if at all, will be able to restore what was originally operating. That if that list has been read, and you know when a list is read, immediate, it takes effect immediate, and so some things may move, and before they want to know it, there is chaos. So the government of Cameroon explained. Now there is a problem. CRTV itself, at the center of this, they have not officially come out to explain to Cameroonians what is happening. Now, according to unconfirmed report revealed that this man did not come alone. He came with some people who pretended to be his bodyguard or pretended to be his security details, which means that that was used probably as a decoy, to make the list know that, or CRTV probably to know that it was coming from the presidency, because according to unconfirmed report that the man had, Jeune Afrique reported that the man came with a convoy. According to Jeune Afrique. It has not been confirmed by the government of Cameroon that he came with a convoy. He came with a security detail. Now, which means that this is not any kind of person that would just walk into CRTV. Before we saw the image of this guy, we thought it was someone that just walked into CRTV with a list, and some people started calling him mentally whatever. But now, according to Jeune Afrique, that this guy whom was arrested, he was not arrested alone, and that he came with a convoy. And now the question is, who are those involved in this? Was this deliberate? Now the seal he used on the letter was, according to sources, it revealed that it came from an authentic source. The signature and everything in that document begged for the fact that it was not coming from the president of the republic, President Biya, whom himself is not in the country right now as of the time this video is being done. Now, that person, who are those whom he is working with? Could there be an insider within the presidency, or are there some people who want to plunge this God-given country into chaos? That is why the government of Cameroon says they are carrying out an in-depth investigation to see those concerned, to see if there are people who deliberately aligned themselves to this, and if there are people who deliberately aligned themselves to this, according to the government of Cameroon, they will be arrested, they will be given fair hearing, and if found guilty, they will have to be held responsible. And if it is established that actually it was an attempted coup, it is a capital punishment, which could be life imprisonment, which will be 20 years imprisonment, could be death, maybe in any form. And that's why the government of Cameroon has reacted to this issue. A lot of people are asking questions that why is it that it took 2 weeks for for something that concerns the president of the republic, for 2 weeks for the minister of communication to come out and explain, and that the minister has not given details. Cameroonians are hearing these details from Jeune Afrique. Whereas in Yaoundé, CRTV, which is a state broadcast, is at the center, which means that Cameroonians ought to have gotten this information or additional information from CRTV, because it is the main source. But now Cameroonians are getting it from Jeune Afrique, and that is why most of the information remains unconfirmed. Most of the time when things like this happen, it remains a rumor until you want to hear that somebody has been arrested. Now there is a new information, according to also unconfirmed report circulating online, also reported by Jeune Afrique, that the deputy director of the civil cabinet, Babouke, has been called into questioning regarding maybe for investigation, to investigate whether or not he had an idea, or whether or not he can recognize the signature, or whether or not, because this is coming. The purported list had some kind of details which they want to be sure that it's not coming from the presidency of the republic. They also want to be sure that those who actually carry this is not coming from the presidency of the republic. It's normal for anybody to be called into question if a document comes purportedly is portrayed like it's coming from an office. Those in that office normally are always called in for questioning. Now, Babuke, who is a very serious Cameroonian who has been there doing his career, his function, according to unconfirmed report, that he has been called up for questioning, and which is very normal. Now, others, people are asking questions. Who wants President Biya out? Who wants to take the position of a vice president? Is it a position or is it power tussle? A lot is happening, and we have many questions, but answers are not there. The questions are plenty, but the response are not there.